So the Edo State Ministry of Education has brought out some rules and regulations that schools should abide with. Not just schools, even parents and guardians, even students, proprietor, proprietress, the people of Edo State, they have to abide by these rules. So I'll just be explaining some of them to you because it's a lot, about 15, but I'll be explaining some to you so that you get to know what is going to take effect from September in Edo State. You know, so number one is the usage of approved textbooks. So what the government are saying now is that there should be stability and consistency in the usage of approved textbook in schools. Now, you know that some schools now, what they now do, for example, you have two children in a school, one is in JSS1, one is in JSS2, and you bought textbooks for the both of them. So when the one in JSS2 go to JSS3, like is promoted to JSS3, that some schools, they will tell you that no, the one in JSS1 that is going to JSS2 cannot use the textbook that is either one used. That is what many schools are doing now. I hope you know. They will tell you that that one needs to buy new textbook. And all those kind of things, they make me wonder, like, why? You get? So what the Edo State government is saying now is that you are permitted to use your elder one's textbook. Yes, if you have another brother or another sister in JSS3 and they are going to SS1, you that is going to JSS3, you can use their textbook. You don't need to buy new one. Yes, it is now compulsory. So don't, if you are watching this video, don't allow any school to whine you. This is what the Edo State Ministry of Education said. Yes, so it's allowed. It's for stability and for consistency. So you can use it. As far as the textbook is approved, you can use it. So secondly, the textbook and workbook design. What they are telling us is that if it's textbook, it should be textbook. If it's workbook, it should be workbook. Now, on no account should schools use a particular textbook as workbook, like 2-in-1. The textbook will get workbook, like there will be a space where then we have to do assignment or do homework, all those other classwork. No. So either you are buying textbook separately, you are buying workbook separately. Don't buy like 2-in-1. Some schools use it like that, 2-in-1. They'll be using textbook and workbook together. It's no longer allowed. Either you buy your textbook or you buy your workbook. So either you buy your textbook or your workbook. That is that for that. So thirdly, let's talk about graduation. Now, you know that in most schools, when students are when pupils are in KG3, they are going to primary 1, they will do graduation. When they are in primary 5 or primary 6, going to JSS1, they will do graduation. But the way it is now, Ministry of Education in Edo State said that no more graduation for KG3 and primary 5 or primary 6. Yes, you have to complete your basic education, which is from primary 1 to JSS3 before you can do your graduation. So what that means now is that only students in JSS3 and SS3 are now permitted to do graduation. Yes, so that is what is happening now. Only JSS3 and SS3 are now permitted to do graduation in all schools in Edo State. I hope you guys understand. Another thing that also join this one is that there will be no more prom in schools. Yes, due to the indecency and the rest. Like, I don't know, but that was what, because it's of recent I started hearing about prom. What is prom? It really spread this period though. There was one particular school in Edo State where carried prom to the next level. Even the student came with chariots, with like they will have prom queen and prom king, and when they are coming to school, the prom king and the prom queen, they will come in the same car, they will come to school. Like, no more prom. That was what Edo State Ministry of Education said. No more prom. I hope you get. So also, they will now be undertaken by new students. So if you're a new student, you want to go and start a new school, now you have to sign an undertaking that you will be a good student, you will follow the rules and regulations, you will not be a nuisance to the school. You have to sign, and then that undertaking will not be submitted to the chief inspector of education in that local government. So you have to sign an undertaking. So number 5 is admission into certificate class is not prohibited. That is to say, if you have a child that you want the child to continue school in the primary 5, JSS3, SS3 is no longer allowed except you get a written approval from the Honorable Commissioner of Education. That is the only way they will allow that child. Yes. So if your child wants to start a new school, maybe that child was in primary 5 in the former school, you can just put that child in primary 4. The child will continue from there. If you want that child to continue in primary 5 in that new school, you have to get an approval from the Honorable Commissioner of Education. That is what our government is saying now in Edo State. So no more, you now take a child to certificate class, is no longer allowed. Yes. So lastly, there will not be a mandatory entrepreneurship program for GSS3 students. So once they finish their exam, they will be going home with two certificates. So one will be for the entrepreneurship and the other one will not be for their exam that they wrote. So and that class, that is that entrepreneurship, will go for 4 weeks. Yes, 4 weeks. So there are about, I think, 15 work they can learn. Like you just have to choose one. There is hairdressing, there is tailoring, there is hairdressing, there is tailoring, there is installation of CCTV camera, different work like that. I'll just put it on the screen so you will see it. You will see it and go through it yourself. So that is it, guys. There is not a lot, and I love it. If you should ask me, I love all these new developments. There is no one that I'm against. He also talked about attendance. Students and teachers should make sure they mark attendance, sanitation, they should keep the school environment clean. A lot. And there is no one that is negative. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. I know that schools that are already into this prom, they will be angry. Yes, I know. But it's for the good of the students. Seriously, it's for the good of the students, it's for the good of the society, and it's actually a good one. I really commend our governor for this and the Ministry of Education. I really commend them for this. They did a great job. So guys, that is it for this video, guys. Don't forget to like and share. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.